Good evening, Lizzie boys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about some Monster High news. So, nothing major has happened recently, but I did want to talk about the new Lagoona that leaked. She's not complete, and she is just a face, but, it's a really pretty face. I also wanted to talk about some recent prototypes that were revealed, for example, Abbey's and Monster Ball Cleo's. So, without further ado, let's begin discussing these pretty uninteresting, but interesting to me, topics. I can't talk, wow. Alright, so here she is, Monster Fest Lagoona. I almost said Monster Ball. I keep mixing the names of these lines up. They're a bit too similar for my liking, but, you know, whatever. So, this is her face. Hopefully it's her finalized face, because it's utterly gorgeous, and I would be really sad if any part of this changed in production. Especially the side glance. If you know me, you know I love a good side glance on a doll. And this is a good side glance. It's gorgeous. I really love everything about this face-up, all the gems around her eyes, above her eyebrows, like, the little teardrop ones underneath her eyes. Mwah, so good. I love the colors chosen as well, that sort of electric pink, or neon pink? I don't know how to describe that. Some people might even say it's purple. I don't know. It looks like pink to me, though, so I'm calling it pink. The color under her eyes, I like it. It's very bright, and it doesn't clash with the rest of her makeup. Like, I think it works. I really like the black lipstick as well. I'm just a big fan of black lipstick in general, and I'm very happy to see G3 finally starting to use it. Especially on Lagoona, because even in G1, I'm pretty sure Lagoona never rocked a black lip even once. So, already G3 Lagoona is doing more than G1 Lagoona. I feel like I've talked about this before, but I like G3 Lagoona a lot more than G1 Lagoona. It's just me. I just think she's cute, she's pink, and she just has more fun style, I guess. I don't know. I was never crazy about Lagoona in G1, but in G3, I just find myself adoring her. Maybe it's my bias, though, because Lagoona is a Honduran character in G3, and, I'm Honduran, which is something that basically never gets represented in media ever. So I'm really happy that Lagoona is Honduran. I'm rambling. I am rambling a lot. I really like the gem crown she's got going on. It looks like bubbles and then like teardrop-shaped gems. It's super cute. It reminds me, I don't think anyone's gonna get this reference, but it reminds me of this one dress that was available on the Disney Pixie Hollow MMO online virtual world thing. I used to play that shit all the time, the Pixie Hollow game. I tried to go find a picture of it, but I just can't because I don't remember what the dress was called, but there was like this members-only shop, and one of the dresses had the exact same crown. And it was a gorgeous dress. I remember before the game shut down, you were able to buy all those dresses for free, so I got it and I just wore it until the game stopped being online. It's a memory that I have very fond memories of, because that's how memories work. Anyway, yeah, that's my little tangent about Lagoona. So anyway, on to Abbey's prototype. So a lot of people were telling me about this. I got several comments about it when it got revealed. And, to be honest, I don't see that many differences between the final doll and this prototype. A lot of people said that the face seemed to have changed, but it looks pretty identical to me. The only major change that I see is the pet. I almost called it Shiver, but I believe the new name is Tundra. Yeah, Tundra. Tundra is blue with purple hair, which on the final release, Tundra is purple with white hair. So here's the original Abbey. I mean, not the original, the final release of her, just so we have a comparison to see what's actually different. So, Tundra's the main thing. Again, purple and white here, and blue and purple here. I'll be honest, the blue and purple one looks a bit strange to me, but it does help differentiate that one from Shiver, because Shiver and Tundra overall look very similar, but they had to use a new name. Again, the reason I suspect for that is because Mattel had the trademark for Shiver, but I believe it expired in the years that Monster High was not being used, not like making new content. And then Nintendo released Splatoon 3, who has a character named Shiver as well. So, I don't know, that's just my theory. I'm probably wrong. I feel like it's probably allowed to trademark a name more than once. I don't actually know. But I mean, the reason that SpongeBob had to have his name changed from Sponge Boy was because Sponge Boy was trademarked, so they had to trademark SpongeBob instead. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that little rabbit hole, but that's what I suspect happened with Shiver. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff. I don't actually know that much about copyright law. I don't know that much about anything, actually. Oh, wait, I just noticed one difference. So you know how Abby's got those two little hair ties in the front of her hairline here? She doesn't have them on this prototype. Her belt does also look different. It has a more iridescent shine, and I don't see that blue chain. It seems to be a darker purple. Yeah. All in all, there's not a whole lot of differences. Oh, the earrings are blue here as well. Prototype Abbey had blue earrings. This doll has purple. I gotta say, I much prefer the final doll. Like, all the minor changes, like, even comparing the accessories, Abby's still has the same ice pop, her eye coffin looks the same. Yeah, just about everything is exactly the same. The only thing that's different is the stuff I already mentioned, and she didn't have sunglasses in this picture. Abbey doesn't come with any glasses here, but in this release, she did come with a pair. So yeah, overall an interesting prototype to see. It's nice to see that they ironed out Abby's design so quickly. I'll admit, I would really like to see some earlier concepts of her to see how they got to this design, but for now, this is all we've got. And finally, we're on to Monster Ball Cleo's prototype. So this image is really interesting because the doll has like a lot of sketches over her. Like you can see green sketch lines outlining the design, the underdress basically, because Cleo does have like an underdress and the black tulle is an overpiece that can be removed. She has a dress on underneath that is in the exact shape of that sketch, you know? So this Cleo does also have bangs, and while the image is blurry, I can much say that I prefer how she looks with the bangs because her forehead just looks weird and empty without the bangs. Because, you know, there's nothing over it. But, yeah, I much prefer the bangs. Overall, that's one of the main differences that I see. But again, let's pull up a picture of her final release. Why do I keep saying original? Let's pull up a picture of the final doll and make our comparisons, as always. Once again, very similar. One of the first main differences that I see is the bracelet. This Cleo seems to be wearing a test shot bracelet, and it's fully red instead of being gold like it is on the final release. Her necklace also seems to be unpainted. As you can see, this doll's necklace has some blue and orange gems, and this one is fully golden. The earrings and the piece of jewelry in her hair, I don't know what to call that. If you guys know what to call those like little rings people put in their hair sometimes, feel free to tell me. I would very much appreciate it because I don't know what they are. Yeah, but that thing in her hair does seem to be the same. You can't see it in this photo because of the crown. So this picture here doesn't seem to have all of her stuff in it. We can't see her accessories like her scepter or her crown or the cupcake tray and the little tongs for the cupcakes that don't actually move, so the tongs are completely pointless, you know? But we can see her purse, which again it's not in this picture. Okay, but from what I remember, the purse does seem to be the same. Her belt is also lacking in paint detail, so it does seem like the paint detailing, maybe they added that to make up for removing the bangs? I don't know. I don't think that's what they do. I don't think they are like, oh, let's just not root bangs into this doll so we can add more paint detail to her accessories. Like, that would be weird. But it is interesting. Obviously, this does seem like a very preliminary prototype. Again, one of her pieces is a test shot. It's red instead of being gold. So, I don't know. Again, I would like to see earlier concepts. I just find it really interesting to see, like, the full development of something. And we've seen a lot of development for G3, so I'd like to see it for, like, individual lines as well. Again, would love to see an earlier Abbey, and I would love to see an earlier Cleo. I really hope this isn't an early prototype. Again, to bring up Lagoona, I really hope this is final, because this is just such a gorgeous face, my god. I really want this to be what gets put on shelves. Seriously. So, that's the 3 things I wanted to talk about. All in all, Abbey's prototype is interesting. I'm, like, again, it's interesting to see that they basically had her kind of ironed out from the get-go. Again, I don't know if this is, like, her first prototype. Maybe it's, like, her second or third. It could even be, like, her 4th or 5th, you know? But this doll looks so close to her final result that it makes me think they either had Abbey, like, really, like, they really had a vision for her from the get-go, or this is just the thing that comes directly before her final doll, which, again, interesting to see, but if there is a lot of stuff that came before, I'm interested in seeing it. As for Cleo, I do want to know why the bangs got cut. I don't know if it was for budgetary reasons, because this doll did have Polly initially. Now she has a Saran variant, but for a while she didn't. You know, so I don't know. Overall, I am sad about the bangs being cut, but the doll did still end up being pretty, even though she does have a big-ass forehead. And again, if this Lagoona isn't final, if this isn't her final face, you will see me on the news. I will be on the news, and you will hear about it. With that said, though, I'm gonna call it here. I really like talking about prototypes, and I like talking about upcoming doll news, so, you know, I just wanted to do both in this video. I'm really hoping we get to see a full picture of Monster Fest Lagoona soon. We did get to see a full pic of Claudine, so it does seem like there are pictures out there. We just have to find them, or they just have to be leaked. So, yeah. The rest of the Monster Fest lineup is set to include Cleo, Draculaura, and Frankie. Draculaura is going to be in like a big food truck playset, which I'm not excited for. I don't want to buy a playset for a doll. I don't like doing that. I don't like buying playsets. I don't have any space for them. But, yeah, at the very least, I hope Cleo and Frankie are cute, and I hope their dolls are, like, matching, because, you know, they're like a thing. They're a couple. So, yeah, that's just my hopes for the line. But yeah, that's about everything I wanted to say. As always, I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to say, so feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I hope to see you in the next one.